They say what you manifest with a pure heart, the universe finds a way to deliver. And this year, I finally lived my Goa dream. January 2026. A place I had always imagined, always visualized, and here I am, exploring Goa one feeling at a time. This trip was so special because for the first time in a very long time, I got time just for myself. Being a dance teacher and a choreographer means working 24/7, and honestly, I love it. I have never imagined my life without dance, without creating, teaching, and making people dance with me. But this time, I paused, I breathed, I allowed myself to enjoy life and the nature. Goa welcomed me with its beaches, and every beach had a story to tell. Baga Beach was my first stop. Lively, loud, crowded, full of water activities and energy. It felt chaotic yet exciting. Then came to Kalangut. Less crowd, more space, and a slower rhythm. It felt different. The waves weren't loud or aggressive. They were gentle, steady, and comforting. I stood there for a while doing nothing, just listening to the rhythm of the water, and somehow that silence felt healing. At Karangut, I didn't need music, I didn't need movement. The waves danced for me. After that, I got this surreal experience of watching sunset at Anjuna Beach. That felt unreal. The sunset was surreal. The sky soft, the waves calm, and my heart at peace. I felt calm, relaxed, genuinely happy. The waves calmed my thoughts, relaxed my body, and wrapped me in a quiet happiness. And in that moment, I felt lighter, grounded, and completely at peace. Mornings in Goa hit differently. I went to Vector Beach early in the morning and everything looked so fresh. The sky soft, the air cool, and the waves gently touching the shore. It wasn't too loud, it wasn't chaotic, it was calm and beautifully balanced. Standing there in the morning light, I felt connected to the nature, to myself, and to my passion. There is life beyond studio lights, mirrors, people. It's just me, the wind, and the waves. And finally, I was at the most famous Candlelim beach, the heaviest waves I've ever seen. Strong, powerful, mesmerizing. Watching the sunset there felt magical. And one small detail that stayed with me, I collected shells from different beaches, and every beaches had different kind of a shell, just like every moment of this journey. Over and above the seas, I stepped into the cities and the towns of Goa. Beyond the waves and sunset, there was another side waiting to be explored. From the coastal breeze to the colorful lanes of Panji, from peaceful beaches to soulful little towns, Goa wasn't just about the sea. It was about stories hidden in streets, in the roads, life flowing through the markets, and culture painted on every wall. And then I went to Fontanas, a small colorful Latin quarter that completely stole my heart. Every house was painted in bright shades yellow, blue, pink, green, as if each wall had its own personality. It felt like colors weren't just decoration there, they were emotions. They reflected warmth, culture, history, and life. It felt artistic, almost like walking inside a painting. For a moment, I forgot about rushing, filming, or planning. I was just there soaking in the vibe. And now, can we talk about the scooty rides? Honestly, they were one of my favorite parts of the entire trip. Riding from Siolim to Vegetar, exploring the lanes of North Goa, then traveling all the way towards Panji, and even touching the borders of Madgaon. It felt like pure freedom. The wind hitting my face, hair flying everywhere, sunlight falling on the roads lined with palm trees. There was something so nostalgic about it, like living a scene I had imagined so many times before. Every turn led to something new, a hidden cafe, a quiet street, a sudden ocean view. And in all these moments, I wasn't just exploring Goa, I was exploring a freer version of myself. And then came the sunset at Arambol Beach. The sky turned into shades of orange, pink, and gold, and for a few minutes, everything felt magical. I stood there watching it slowly disappear into the sea, wishing time would just pause. I didn't want that moment to end. I didn't want that sunset to fade. I didn't want this trip to be over. I also explored multiple cafes, some peaceful, some buzzing with people, but all of them felt warm and welcoming. From cute little corners to lively food spots, every place had its own vibe. Goa wasn't just about beaches, it was also about the cafe life. The last beach I visited was Uddo Beach. I watched a family collecting shells for their dinner, food they would turn into curry that night. Simple, raw, real. I explored more than just what I recorded, and I lived more than what the camera could capture. On the last day of my trip, I went somewhere completely away, around 30-35 kilometers away from the coastal waves. I drove into old Goa, away from the beaches, into the history. The vibe instantly changed. It felt quieter, deeper, almost sacred. I visited the most famous Basilica of Bom Jesus, one of the most iconic churches in Old Goa. Standing inside, looking at the architecture, the detailing, the calmness, it felt powerful. Knowing that it holds the mortal remains of Saint Francis Xavier made the experience even more meaningful. Then we explored the Grand Say Cathedral, one of the most largest churches in Asia. Its massive structure and the white facade and the peaceful silence inside made me pause for a moment. Also, I walked through the parts of the church and the convent of St. Francis of Assisi, and I explored nearby museums also, like the Archaeological Museum of Goa. Ending my Goa trip with culture, the spirituality felt complete. From manifestation to memories, this journey truly had everything. I hope you felt this journey with me. Watch my previous vlogs to know more about my experiences. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye bye.